in evidence. People were shocked. Everyone thought he'd get life. Then we get to sentencing day. Wow. Because it's a peaceful march, I'm going to refrain from being too critical. Because today's march has two clear messages. The first one, and that's why we will make our way to the Supreme Court of Victoria, is to, and this is what we're reduced to because of our laws, we're going to beg. I say to Celeste, oh God, baby, I've never begged in my life, but I am going to beg that the DPP looks at everything that they need to look at, because we know what we heard in that courtroom. We know what came out in evidence. The prosecution were fantastic, proving everything. What did they prove? What they proved was that we had a young woman who was simply minding her own business. And this beast just worked there. She had the misfortune of being handed a new team just a couple of months before he left. I still remember the day she told me, the day he left, mentioning him for the very first time, like it happened yesterday. When this came out throughout the plea hearing, so I'm summarising, I suppose, the prosecution statement to Her Honour. When he left, Celeste, being his team leader, was required to walk him to the exit door. And my little sweetie, ever so kindly, extended her hand to wish him all the best. That was a Wednesday. That following Saturday, he began his campaign. Stalking, messaging, sending all sorts of texts, and it all started with, gosh, it was like poetry. I didn't know what we were dealing with here. But what I did know, he was no kid. He was no 18-year-old. He was no little kid with a crush. No, we were dealing with a man here. It was so ongoing that while Celeste did not want to go to the police because she didn't think they'd do anything, I insisted. That may be one of my biggest regrets. The first time was pointless. He hadn't committed a crime. It went on and on and on for 12 months. To read the most disgusting, repulsive, I literally did not want to show you that message, but that's the message that the police took seriously. And so we were told to take an intervention order immediately, to be woken by a sound that I will never forget. And to realise it's not a nightmare, because I heard, oh, and ran! And she was gone. I couldn't understand why the hell she doesn't seem to be looking at me, why her eyes are a different colour, damn it, but I'm going to bring it back, and back, and back! But by this time the paramedics are there, and I know I don't remember CPR. So I'm begging them, I haven't done it right, do it for me, but they could tell. No matter how brutal that crime is, because the evidence proved a few things, and this is why, God bless those Harley riders. They came up with 23. I only wanted 10. The more those numbers get growing, the more I had her right here. I said, you must want 23. And that's what they've got, 23 Harleys, to get Celeste justice. So even when the evidence proves beyond a reasonable doubt that they found that he stabbed her 23 times in the middle of the night, God, sweetheart, did I fail you? Because I don't know how the hell I slept through this. And that I have to carry for the rest of my life. As victims' families, and this applies to victim survivors, by the way, we have one right, only one, our victim impact statement. But let me tell you something. The day they gave us that one right, my God, it comes with 9 don'ts. There's a guideline, 9 don'ts. And so we stuck to that guideline as much as we could. We can't vent. God forbid we touch him when they're walking past us. We won't be allowed in for the rest of the plea hearing. So we respect the courts. That's what we all did. God, this was hard. It was hard for her dad. It was hard for my son. It was hard for my sisters and for me. How do they not think of something so simple? Do not walk in past me. They say we are not a lawless society. Well, if that kind of provocation isn't enough, I'm not sure what is. But we behaved because we need this to go right. We don't want the judges thinking we're uncivilised. Let's make this go right because he needs to get life. To then hear the sentence. I know they hate handing out life sentences. Hate it. I've often said to Celeste, because I talk to Celeste every step of the way, I don't get it. I don't get it, sweetie. They feel sorry for them. They must show them compassion, and it just drives me crazy. I say, why? Well, you didn't choose to be a victim, baby. You were chosen. All victims are chosen. They don't choose to be victims. Damn it! That is terrible as the crime was, and that he committed it with chilling efficiency. She did not believe that a life sentence was warranted.